Why exactly does that involve straddling me? None of that explains why you're straddling me. But welcome on in, everyone. I know it hasn't been long, so I didn't really give you guys the chance to miss me. It's time for us to finish off Phase 7. I'm still not fully sure if it's Frau's ending or Iris. Because, like, from what we've been given, it seems like it'll be Frau, but based off of what I know for things that we need to prompt in Twippo, it still really seems like Iris. So, I guess it'll be interesting to see who it really is. And also what whatever the fuck is happening in Tokyo, which is a whole mess. That's kind of where we left off, that whole mess. So that'll be interesting, to put it lightly. But, yeah. We have some twips to respond to, actually. Tokyo looks like it's in big trouble. You don't say, Akiho. What do you think about being called Big Brother by me? Shall I change it to something like Big Bro, or Broski, or Bro? Or rather, I can copy myself 12 times and each one could call you something different. Standing by. I read the fuck. What the hell are you talking about? Big Brother's fine. Please don't call me any of those, it's embarrassing. I'm pretty sure Big Bro is fine as the or Big Brother is fine. Yeah, Big Brother is fine. Goddamn, Heidi. Oh yeah, Frau's twips, god. So you know about how robots in Tokyo are going nuts and attacking people? That was me. I hacked into RICH series OS. That part was easy. After that, I made all the RI robots go haywire. I think it's time for robots to be freed from human control. Oh yeah, you wanna know who leaked the last episode of Gun Pharaoh? Also me. Bro's Bizarre Adventure. Stop. By the way, the server for RI is wide open. Anyone can waltz right on in. You wanna boot me out and get the robots back? Just get past the security I set up. What? What's going on? Stop joking. Big Brother's fine. Are my friends in Tokyo okay? Might be a pretty bad situation. Wow, that's some impact! I don't mind sending Space Candy for support, but is Tanegashima even going to be okay to begin with? Please retweet. The programmer for the world's famous fighting game, Kill Ballads, announces terrorist attack. Someone stop her, please. If not, Tokyo will be in more of a disaster. Why do you have a feeling that Frau's twips are related to how this game ties back to Chaos Head? It honestly might. Because it's really weird, because we know for sure it wasn't Frau actually doing that. Huh. I'm not sure how it could pin back to Chaos Head, but it might. I think it might be onto something spook. Kill Ballad's programmer. You mean Kojiro Frau? What do you mean, terrorist attack? Kodakane reacted to the terrorist attack announcement that Kojiro Frau made on Twippo. She took over the service robots from RI Company by hacking them. Wowzer, what is that girl thinking? Is it even possible to take over them? As Frau said, the servers of RI Company are free to access. A game just started and I got beat up, though. How could you aim a terrorist attack when Tokyo is in this much of a disaster? Look up at a low blow. Why would the programmer of KB need to start a terrorist attack? Can't think of the motive at all. There is no motive. She's just crazy. Hurry up and report her. The voice in Tokyo are not functioning. Because even if you call 911, it won't connect. And what Kojiro is saying is true. I was just in Roppongi right now and saw the RICH series running good round in the blackout. They usually stops when you tell them, but they didn't. It was really creepy. More news about the terrorist attack by Kojiro Frau. The Rich series are dangerous. Watch out for the white ones that stand by police stations. The police robots have been taken over. I'll find Kojiro right now. Where the hell is she? She didn't expose her address. It's Tanegashima. When you follow the logs of Kojiro Frau's account, it looks like she moved to Tanegashima. Somebody kill that chick, eek. You understand how hard I'm working to get home? I've walked for over 4 hours. And what are you doing? Hacking robots in a terrorist attack? You kidding me? How did the RI get hacked that easily? The security is so damn weak. You should be responsible and get it back. Are the RI robots the only ones that Frau took over? Looks like the other service robots are moving for some reason. Could it be? The footsteps are kinda creepy, you know? Lots of pressure. That's all of my mind because the city's so quiet during the blackout. I think there are too many robots. Were there really this many robots in Tokyo? Are they trying to attack the Diet? Isn't that really bad? A country that flips out due to robots. It's not even a joke. Someone stop that terrorist girl. What are the police in JSDF doing? Other than that, is there anyone who can pass along the key to RI company? It's just a game. Oh dear. Huh? Needheart? Lightning fast Needheart? Man, I knew there were things were going to be shit in the outside world, but I didn't expect this. Robots going K-wire? I'll just come out and say it. Epic delusions, bro. Lol lol lol. Lol lol. Why do you have a Sata-ton profile picture, Needhard? Why is that name familiar? Go outside and face reality? Why would do that? Do you have brain damage? Do you know how dangerous it is outside? I'll just stay inside and play a Rogue all day instead. Needhard. Isn't that... Cause... Is this Takumi? Seriously, the robot's going highwire has to be a delusion becoming reality. Whose delusion is this? Now I want you to listen closely and to remain calm. There are people gifted with giglomania. They have to make delusions to reality. I used to be a giglomaniac too. Used to. I'm gonna double check because Needhard is ringing a bell, and I feel bad for just googling it, but like... Needhard... It is the online handle for Takumi Nishijo, this fucker. I knew I recognized it. What are you doing in the game? Get out of here. I mean, you called it spooky. At what price, though? At what price were you correct? I'm sure the real culprit who made the robots go nuts is coming for me. Why is it always me? Yes, I get that my insane delusions have the power to change the world and all that, but at the end of the day, I'm just a NEET in my late 20s. This sucks. Hey, who's the bastard who added me saying epic delusions, bro? Damn it. All of you should just die. I'm telling the truth. The Shibuya earthquake that happened 10 years ago was all because of this stuff. Believe me, you imbeciles. Who do you think saved the world? It was me, goddammit. You just thought Frau might have been quote-unquote possessed by Noah 3 or something? I wasn't thinking something along like that. I feel like Noah 3 would be more prominent. And also, Chaos Child exists. And Chaos Child takes place before Robotics Notes does, chronologically. So, if there is a Noah 3, it's probably there, not here. Oh yeah, more importantly, I finished watching Metrical Girl Aaron, Home Run Striker. I didn't think Bloodtoon would last this long for me. But Aaron is a timeless lolly. 2D is the best. God damn it, Takumi. Dots. I agree, Kaido. But yeah, no, if I recall correctly, Chaos Child takes place in 2015, which is another, like, year that's been mentioned a lot here, so... And last night's light rain shower has continued through today. Which means I couldn't commute by scooter. It took me about 10 minutes to get here from school. The entrance of the abandoned hotel. Nearby is the intercom that Frau had installed into the building. Yeah. She's not answering. And she doesn't answer after 3 rings. She's either sleeping or she's gone out. But yeah, I mean that she's probably taking a trip to the Ire general store to grab something to eat. But she definitely wouldn't want to leave on a rainy day like this. And shouldn't like Frau should hate the rain. I suppose I'll ring Misaka-san up just in case. Call the Ire general store. Thank you for calling. This is the Ire general store. Mizuka-san? It's Yashio. No, it's just you, Kai. Her energy level drops dramatically. We gotta hear her customer service voice. Every time I ever hear Mizuka-san act all polite, I can't help but want to interject with, "Who the hell are you?" Did Kona-chan happen to swing by the store today? Kona-chan? Who's that? Kojiro Frau, the girl living on the abandoned hotel in front of the old airport. No, that girl. Nah, haven't seen her today. Got it. Thanks. I hang up the phone. I try pressing the intercom button again. But there's still no response. I say there's a pretty strong chance that she just pretended to be out. However, I'm uneasy after everything that's happened yesterday and today. The Tokyo blackouts and Frau's terrorism declaration are the hot topics of the moment on the net. Early this morning, Frau suddenly declared that she'd taken over RI's company service robots. She then started saying crazy things to taunt people, so everyone on the net is lashing out at her. And so I left school during my lunch break and came here. Come on, are you serious? Don't tell me she's gone into hiding or something. Considering everything she revealed on Twippo, it makes sense for her to run. Which means it doesn't matter how many times they push this button. But on the other hand, I have a bad feeling that she might have been framed. Frau is the only person I've told so far about the contents of the Kimijima reports. And then there's Frau's mom, Kokori Minami, who was likely erased for opposing the Tavistock Institute. Frau came to this island to search for her mom. It wouldn't be strange if the Tavistock Institute, or the Committee of 300, abducted or threatened her into cooperating by using her mom. Man, I'm just coming up with my own original conspiracy theories like it's nothing now. I scoff at myself and call the number of the security company on the intercom sticker. My cousin won't answer no matter how much I call, so I'm breaking in. Please send security over ASAP. That's basically what I told them. But all the girl at the call center did was try to stop me. After hanging up, I find a fist-sized rock from among the weeds. I take aim at the glass door and throw it as hard as I can. I crouch down low, but move quickly and climb the stairs to the 3rd floor, stopping to catch my breath. I look down the hallway. There's no sign of anyone here. I might have gone a little overboard. If Frau asks me for a reimbursement later, I'll just play dumb. I seriously didn't think it'd break like that. I'm feeling super nervous. Not about having to pay, really, but about making a noise that loud. What if someone has Frau confined in her room? It's possible that the culprit could do something bad in response to the noise, like killing Frau or ambushing me. Nah, I am sure it'll be fine. I force myself to think positively. Anyway, I head to Frau's room. I check for sounds inside the room through the door, but I don't hear any talking. I gently turn the doorknob. Unexpectedly, it's unlocked. Whenever I visit, Frau always keeps her room locked. She only opens it when I knock from outside. But if it's unlocked, does that mean nobody's inside? Or... I imagine a gruesome scene awaiting me inside the room and hesitate to open the door. But I can't turn back now. I need to check inside. So I guess the go, no-go decision is a go. I brace myself in and slowly open the door. Jeez, it's cold. Is there nobody here? I don't see anyone. And the AC is on, so it's as freezing cold as always. And the PC's still on too. And actually, even her Pokecom is just sitting there. The room is filled with the smell of mold and must. This might actually be worse than usual, likely due in part to the vomit on the floor. It's so dry that it almost looks like a stain. Frau clearly hasn't been eating much. There are no solids. I prefer not to look at it straight on. I take a look around the room and sigh. Frau's nowhere to be found. I figured she might be sleeping, but I was wrong. Did I miss her on the way over, and she's at Mizuka-san's place now? Or could she have been kidnapped? A sound. I hear a sound. It's mixed in with the low humming of the PC. It's the sound of water. I immediately turn to the entrance. And that's where the bathroom door is. It's currently shut. Upon closer inspection, light is visibly leaking from the opening at the bottom. Someone's inside. I was so nervous when I came in that I didn't even notice. But there's definitely sound coming from inside the bathroom. It's the sound of water flowing from a faucet. For crying out loud. Why me? I'm so fed up with all of this. Why does everything have to be such a pain? Why can't fate just let me play games in peace? After internally ranting for a bit, I charge into the bathroom without hesitation. I'm hit with an immediate sense of regret. The first thing that occurs to me is that I've just laid eyes on a corpse for the first time in my life. Frau's skin is pale like that of a wax doll. She doesn't even look real. It's then that I realize I'm surprisingly calm. I walk up to the tub and turn off the faucet. She slit her wrists. Why would she want to kill herself? Guilt for her crimes? Was she pushed to the edge after being framed by the Tavistock Institute? Kona-chan. I hope you at least found peace. I move to take the box cutter out of her hand. Then it falls to the floor. She made a sound.
Huh?
Uh-huh. Frau's eyelids open slightly. She looks toward me. Then suddenly grips my wrist tightly.
Huh?
Huh? Hey! I'm so shaken that I fall flat on my ass. The bathroom floor is wet, and the cold sensation returns me to my senses. Kona-chan, you're alive? Actually, I don't see any blood anywhere. Was it a failed suicide attempt? Are you alright? What the hell are you doing? I hurriedly grab her by the shoulders and give her a shake. Her body is shockingly cold. It's enough to make me shiver. Frau's eyes remain half open. She's still gripping my wrists. A trickle of tears descend from the corners of her eyes. Kona-chan. Defiled. What did he say? Gunfarrel. It's been defiled. Yashio, some... Me. She barely manages to cut those words out. She's not some super genius high school programmer girl that used old net slang from a decade ago. She's just a lonely, weak girl crying for help from the bottom of her heart. And then I can look at Twippos. After that, that's nice. Fucking stupid ass Takumi. I'm also kind of annoyed that it recognizes all my handle too, to be honest. Robots are rebelling? What's going on? It's like a movie. It's like we're in an anime, in a negative way. That just makes robots look worse. Can we not stop it? Kogori's the one behind all this? What? If Big Brother was able to choose my outfit, what would you like it to be? No matter what you answer, there'll be no DLC added. Even if someone were to offer to pay for it, there still would be no additions. Especially if they're sexual in nature. God damn it. Irony, now's not the fucking time. The usual is fine. A swimsuit. How about a cat girl maid? Give it a chance. I don't remember what the answer is. How about a cat girl maid? Because of course it is. I mean, cat girl maid ID would be cute. Quick update. Kona-chan is okay and didn't do anything bad. Nice job, Kai. Everyone, the robots are rebelling! Arnie, wanna choose my outfit? So true. Thank God. I'm wrapped up in a blanket. Meow meow ID would be good, yes. Frau is in her usual camisole and short shorts. Yeah, that's fair. I'm the one who wants to sneeze. Don't sneeze. God damn. My bad. Here, drink this. I hand Frau a mug full of hot corn soup. She already had one, but she said she wanted seconds, so I made some more. Frau obediently takes it and puts it up to her lips. Oh, that's hot. Duh. She already made the same mistake on the first cup. Because of course she did. God. Whenever they talk about the hot corn soup, it just makes me think of that, corn... I think it was also soup. The corn miso from the onigiri place that we've been to, Peachy. Like, every time they mention it, it makes me want to get it. It was so good. Like, I feel like it was better than it should have been. Maybe she just can't handle hot things. I take a sip of my own soup. I can feel my body warming up from the inside. It's been about 1 hour since I discovered Frau in the bathroom. I ended up ditching afternoon classes. Yeah, fair. And this shut-in actually filled her tub with the intention of slitting her wrists and dying. But since she hadn't eaten for several days, she had no strength, nor did she have the courage to actually do it. Sitting in the tub hesitating, her body temp dropped, leaving her incapable of exiting the tub on her own. She probably would have died if I hadn't stumbled across her. It took a lot to drag her out of there. Plus, she was totally nude, so I didn't even know where to look. Granted, in that situation, last thing on my mind was Frau's body. Plus, she ain't got nothing on eyes on, buddy. And that said, going forward, It might be a wee bit difficult to talk to her face to face after remembering this. Anyway, I wiped Frau dry, wrapped her in some blankets, turned on the heat, and made corn soup to warm her up. All of this hard work has paid off as the color is returning to Frau's face. I had her put some clothes on earlier. Some dudes from the security company I called came after, where I took Frau out of the bathroom. Try explaining this to them. My own clothes are currently drying. Frau offered to lend me a shirt, but our sizes are totally different, yeah. So here I am, walking around her place wrapped up in a blanket. So, how about spilling the beans? What's up with those tweets? Frau's still hanging her head. She's just staring into her mug of corn soup. In particular, I want to hear all about you taking over some robots or whatever. As far as I can tell, there's actually a robot insurrection going down in Tokyo right now. It wasn't me. I've been framed. Someone took over. Someone took over my Twippo account. You mean they hacked it or something? I'm not exactly computer savvy, so I just tossed the idea out there. I don't know. I checked for viruses and stuff, but there were no hits. How did this happen? Erp. Frau covers her mouth. Seems like she might throw up. But she finally ate some food. I find it hard to believe that this young lady is a terrorist. At the very least, it doesn't look like she's lying to me. Still, a robot insurrection? The Kimijima reports are on the mark again. Terrorism taking advantage of the chaos caused by the arrival of a large-scale solar storm. That's exactly what's going down in Tokyo. Sister Centipede, are you there?
Hi.
Yes. When I call out, Irene, Sister Centipede, promptly appears, but... for some reason, she's facing the wrong direction, because you're in a building and she can't see that. Shit. What are you looking at? Since we're indoors, I'm currently unable to see you, Yashio-san. Ah, that's right. To be fair, it doesn't really matter to ID or Sister Centipede if they can see the inside of this room or not. So that robot insurrection in Tokyo, do you have any info that points to the committee of 300 being involved? I'm collecting information, but due to the lack of online users in Kanto after the blackouts, info volume has fallen to 20%. Collected information is currently under analysis, so I'm unable to answer your request at present. No, I see. Good grief, she really is inflexible. That's fine. You can go now. Excuse me. So that's the dealio, Kono-chan. How much do you know? Things are going nuts on the net right now, but I only know the general beats. There are blackouts all over Tokyo. Power still hasn't been restored in full. Even I know that. They keep saying they don't know when things will be back to normal. And the fact that they don't know speaks to how serious the situation is. Though apparently some areas have in fact gotten power back already. Either way, the solar storm did a real number on things. People are currently pretty sympathetic toward the whole situation, but that won't last forever. With Tokyo effectively shut down, Japan's economy is all but dead. I mean, yeah. And then there's what Akio said this morning. At this rate, next year's expo could be cancelled. Is that really what she should be concerned about right now? I mean... But I do get it. For those of us living on Tanegashima... For those of us living on Tanegashima, the things happening in Tokyo seem like a distant dream. Enough about the blackouts. I want to hear about the insurrection. You know the RI company, right? RI. Frau taps away at her PC keyboard and opens up what seems to be a robot company's homepage. It's short for Robotics Industry Company. The RI company is third in Japan when it comes to market share of service robots. And the sales are especially strong in big cities. The RI company's robots are known as the Reach series. They're service robots that specialize in guidance. You always see them at police boxes walking around the city. I remember seeing one the last time I was in Tokyo. I spotted one from a distance when I was in Daiba, but I didn't have a chance to talk to it. But when Michi brought us to our hotel in Akihabara on the second night, I saw a bunch strolling around. We passed about 3 robots while walking down the street over a period of 5 minutes. The robot OS on RI's company's servers apparently got hacked into. Doesn't that mean you'd be able to do whatever you want with all the robots? Only with RI company robots. It wouldn't work for the other makers, over their dead bodies. But aren't the RI company robots readily available for purchase? And that means they could be all over the place. So, if you take over the server, does that mean you can give orders to all their robots? And what's a robot OS? The operating system, you nimwit. The RI company's Rich series uses cloud computing to unify data between all their robots. You get what that means. Actually, I don't. In the cloud, that's the thing that lets you share data across a network, right? Frau nods. She then taps away at her keyboard again, this time bringing up a page that explains the Reach series. The Reach series stores their OS and memory on the network. They're effectively always online. And this allows hundreds or thousands of robots to share each other's data and optimizes them. They totally lose their individual quirks, so there's zero difference between the services they offer. They share info in real time, so this is apparently the best system for each series unit specializing in guidance. Any bugs in a robot can be crushed immediately, so it reduces labor costs for maintenance. But that's always made people uneasy in terms of security. And they're right to feel uneasy. If a single location manages all the data, just take control of that location, you have access to all the robots. Apparently the RI insiders can't shut down the server either. And they could shut it down, but the server room is locked electronically. And with these blackouts, well... So, then you might ask, if the server room systems are down, Wouldn't that mean the server is down too?
サーバーは
Nope.
停電に
It
備え
has a
て
dedicated
地下
power
発電機能
generator
が
in
ある
case of
3日が
blackouts.
持つらしいっ
But
て
people
ワ
on
キちゃんが
at
書いた
channel say it could run for 3 days. And I got it.
で、その
And everyone's
乗っ
acting
取りを
like
トナ
you're
ち
the
ゃんがやった
perp.
ことになってると。でも、
But
ツイポで
isn't it
私
weird
が
that
犯
people
人
are
です
so
って
willing
言っ
to
たところ
believe
で
you just
そう
because
簡
you
単に信じ
supposedly
てもらえる
confessed
方
on
がおかしいんじゃん。
Flippo?
普通狂言でした
Aren't
で終
people
わりでしょ。
online usually more suspicious of things like that?
ロボットが実際に
Even if
暴
the
走
robots
して
are
るとして
actually
も、
freaking
モナ
out,
ちゃんが
wouldn't
何
they
もしてない
figure
な
out
ら
pretty
すぐ
quickly
に
that you
疑いが
didn't
晴れ
do
るん
it?
じゃ。
そうでも
Not
ない
necessarily.
RI のサー
The
バー
RI
は
server is
今
currently
外
inaccessible
部から
from
の
the
アクセスができなくなってる
outside.
けんハッカーの仕
That's
掛け
due
が
to
仮
a
の
lock
せいっ
that the
ぽい
perp put on it.
鍵
Lock?
見ればわか
You'll
る
understand once you see it. Frau taps on her keyboard and opens a certain page. The source code is displayed, but I have no clue what any of it means.
ここがリー
And
チ
this
シ
is
リ
the
ーズの
server
デー
that
タ
the
満載の
Reach
サ
series
ーバ
data
ー
set, blah, 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 with the Reach series data on it.
ここまでは今
It's totally
誰でも
open,
入れ
so
る
anyone
ダダ漏
can
れ状
get
態
in.
鍵がかかってる
I thought you said it was locked. I assumed there'd at least be a page asking for a password or something. But nope.
じゃあロボに
Alright,
強制的
now
に
I'm
命
going to
令でき
try and
る
enter the
OS の上
OS
に
section,
入って
where I
み
can
る
force the robots to do my bidding. Frau taps the keyboard again, and then the monitor goes black. A moment later, something appears on screen.
キルバラ
Kill ballad? Frau's face goes pale again, and she places her hands on her mouth. She starts dry heaving over and over again.
誰かが
Someone
こ
used
こ
Kill
の鍵
Ballad as a lock.
キルバラを利用してやがる絶対に許さない
I won't let them get away with
絶対にだ。
this. Mark my words.
流用って
What do you mean
キ
by
ルバラをどう
used?
使ってる
How
っ
is
ていう
it
わ
being
け
used? The version of Kill Ballad being used as the lock only allows for CPU
優先しか
battles,
できなくなってるしかも
and the
対戦
opponent
相
is
手
the
は
same every
必ず
time.
決まってる私のアカウ
According
ン
to
ト
the
を乗っ取っ
person
た
who
中の
took
人
over
が言う
my
には
account,
その
leading the
CPU に
CPU
ワ
in
ン
a
マン
match
チ
will
か
release
鍵
the
が
lock.
解除されるっぽい
Aww. Alright, after hearing all of this, I can see how people suspect Frau, especially after her tweets.
こいつを仕掛けた
Because of the scumbag that did all of this.
このせいで
Because of them,
頑張れ
Gunveil's being defiled.
怪我される私
I don't care if Gojira Frau or Kill Ballad gets
私の
made
作っ
fun
た
of.
キルバ
I
ラのこ
don't
とと
give
か
a
は
shit.
別に頑張れると
How dare they
ママのこと
drag Gunveil and
関
Mama
連付
into
けて
this?
悪く言うのは
Dare they?
許せない
Frau's shoulders sadly slump down. Her eyes are wet. Frau's the type to clown around using all kinds of old slang, so I've never seen her so despondent before.
ママの残した
All that I have left of
Gunveil.
Mama's Gunveil.
これ以上
I don't want it to be defiled anymore.
なのに
And yet, I totally let myself get used.
ママと利用されてどうしたら
What should I do? After Frau announced herself to the world, she had everything about her looked into and spread on the net. Fudugori's Kona real name, photos, relationship to Gunveil's director, Kokori Minami, all of it. Kokori Minami's hidden message had only just been unearthed, so this just added fuel to the fire, and so... People theorized that Kokori Minami was the true mastermind, and her message was an advance notice of her evil deeds. Considering how knee-deep in conspiracy theory BS I am, if I didn't know Frau, I very well might have been just like them. I gently rub Frau's back as she cries. I'm not really doing it to console her or anything. I just don't know what to say to her. but
ワンマッチ勝てばいいわけでし
you
ょ。
just have to win a single match, right?
しかも
And my
相手は
opponent's the
CPU
CPU?
とか
No biggie.
笑えてくるよ、マジで。こんなのむしろ楽
Sounds to me
勝
like
じゃ
an
ね。
easy win.
今まで
I'm
クリア
surprised
したや
nobody's
つがい
beaten
ない
me
方
to
が
the
おかしい
punch.
ね。
Frau knows how good I am. Hell, I'm the second best in the whole damn world. I'm one step away from the top. Yeah, she didn't even try to ask me for help, instead choosing to end her own life. It's way too soon to give up
そのゲーム
and accept
乗
their
ってやるよ。
challenge. Don't get me wrong, I'm not underestimating my opponent. By the end of the day, they're just a CPU. Once I figure out its patterns, he'll be easier to handle than an actual person.
キルバラで勝てばいい
I'm
っ
the
ていう
perfect
なら
guy for
俺
this
向きだ。
job.
ヤシオ先輩
Yoshio senpai. Frau stares at me, her eyes wide open. She then begins to cry again. She grasps onto me.
ちょ
Well,
っと
hey now.
先
Senpai, I'm counting on you. If you win,
鎖骨
lick your collarbone as much as you want.
してあげるので
そりゃどうも
Thanks. I'll take a hard pass on that. Anyhow, let's get this party started. I paste the URL into my Pokécom browser and head straight for the locked page. Kill Ballad immediately boots up. Jeez, straight to the pre-battle menu too. Visually, it's no different from regular KB. And as always, I go with Gun Feral. My opponent is Schneider, a long-range character that specializes in sniping. This bastard gave me a hell of a time during our cheater hunt. It's then that I'm hit with deja vu.
俺
Oh, wait,
相手は CPU
the CPU has an actual account name?
それは
That's a first.
難易度
And then there's the name itself. Huh. Takasonobuli_2018. It's not particularly strange, but even though the match is about to begin, I can't take my eyes off of the CPU's account name. Takasonobuli_2019. That's the account name attached to the CPU. What's with this deja vu? Have I fought this thing before? That can't be. They're a CPU. So, have I seen it somewhere? And why is this name so familiar? A light bulb in my head turns on.
チーターの
The
名前
cheaters.
は
What?
高野愛と
Takano Ai, Hanasono, Bob Lee.
チーター3人の名前
Their
が
account
全
name
部含まれて
includes
る
elements of all three cheaters' names.
なん
You're
だと
right. Could the person who took over the RI company's service have something to do with the three dead cheaters? Or did they just cobble this account name together based off of the three players who roamed the top for so long? I don't know, but it's unsettling either way.
楽勝だと思ったら
I figured this would be an easy win, but maybe I spoke too soon. Despite all the attention this thing is gathering, not a single person has beat it. Is this the reason why? Here we fucking go. As soon as the match begins, I get my answer. Nah. It was over before it even started. Me, of all people. Second best in the world, and I didn't even stand a goddamn chance.
先輩
Senpai. I got my ass handed to me.
こんな無茶苦
What
茶
the
な
hell
調
kind
整
of
するなんて
balancing
ゲ
is
ームと
this?
して破綻
This
して
game
る
is total trash.
なんなの
What the
あれ
hell?
ふざけん
You
な
gotta be kidding me.
俺普通
I
にや
don't
って
think
勝
there's
てるやつ
anyone in
は
the world
多
who
分
could
世界
face
中
this
に
thing
誰
and
もいないよ
win. Even Tajiri probably couldn't. Whoever set up this lock put an absurd CPU together to prevent anyone from getting in.
しかもただの
Plus,
CPU
this is no ordinary CPU.
戦っててチー
It
ター
felt a lot like when I was fighting the other cheaters.
つまり
What exactly do you mean?
CPU の
You remember how I said the account name was a fusion of the three cheaters' names? Its tactics also feel like a fusion of their play styles. And the way it's able to snipe me out of range with pinpoint accuracy from between the buildings. And the way it's able to counter my close range attacks with superhuman speed on a character that's disadvantaged at that range. And then there's the awful lag attacks that Ionosphere utilized. It's almost like the three cheaters have possessed this thing. It's both kinda nostalgic and disgusting all at once. I could tell from the way it felt in battle. This thing is the same as those cheaters. Or you could say the reverse. Maybe those three cheaters were actually CPU opponents. The actual people died months ago, but if their online characters were just CPU controlled, they could continue. That explained why the cheat tool didn't detect anything. I never asked, but what ended up happening with those murders? No further information. Chichi Yasumasa told me that the police don't even respond when asked about it. It's possible that the person who used those cheater accounts and the one who hacked the servers are the same. And they've gotta be someone who knows KB super well. No, not that it matters to me. So senpai, is that your attempt at acting tsundere? Nope, I really don't care. This is Frau's problem. It's not something I can solve or fix. But still. As someone who's trying to be the best in the world at KB, you can't let this loss stand. Senpai. Do you mind if I get a little serious against Takasawa Kono-chan? Takasawa? Takasawa no Blade 2 ND19. I cut it down to Takasawa. No, and apparently it's totally fine to challenge Takasawa over and over again. And there's no penalty for losing. Bastard sure seems confident in their little creation. I can feel myself getting annoyed. More reason not to lose. I have no clue what you're after, but it's time to teach you what happens when you make me angry. If you think I can be defeated with some CPU, you better think again. Exoskeleton development. Misaki POV. From the 17th floor office, I can clearly see pillars of smoke rising up from within the city. Here in Aoyama, we got a front row seat to Shibuya's incredible restoration over the last 10 years. To my right, there's a group of high-rise buildings in Shinjuku. There are several pillars of smoke rising from the area as well. People are probably rioting at the bottom of those buildings, now that laws mean nothing. It's complete savagery. Moreover, it's terrifying. I can't believe that a major megalopolis like Tokyo can turn into this after just 24 hours of power outage. Luckily, Exoskeleton HQ is equipped with its own generator, so it was able to recover fairly quickly. though. Some precision equipment got damaged, so they're now useless. The prototype hugs we were testing were not designed with solar storms in mind, so they're all destroyed too. Most hugs on the market are protected against solar storms, so there hasn't been any major trouble just yet. The office is quiet. Most of my colleagues in the hug testing department had left in the morning, wanting to get home even if it meant walking. I tried to talk them out of it, but they didn't listen. Fools. Are they that desperate to go home? Is this something I would understand if I was married with children? Regardless, I probably wouldn't go outside for any reason. It's way too dangerous right now. And that's why. You see something? Silently, Sawada, the department head, appears next to me. He keeps his eyes pointed down at the scene playing out below us. He's also taking shelter here. There's a fire in Shinjuku. Shibuya is surprisingly quiet. There are quite a few life-size robots in Shibuya. Yeah, there does not appear to be any trouble. They might have shut down systems for the entire city. Now the robots enter autistic mode. Right, that's an actual thing. The robots have autism, guys. The 21st century city, huh? What a fitting name. Project Mars. It is still on track. Although, this is but a mere rehearsal. The real performance has not yet begun. The Shibuya sky had become spotted with black stains. 3 or 4 of them even. There are mainstream media helicopters flying about, relaying Tokyo's pitiable state to the rest of the public. They look like flies circling a rotting carcass. I close my eyes to avoid looking at such a horrid sight. The scenery that I imagine is the clear azure sky of my home island. Kaido sounds. Ugh. God damn it. I had them. What kind of cheating was that? Cheap as hell. I'm legit trying to win and this ass is cheating like it's no big deal. How about I cheat too? I lose concentration as I vented my Pokecom. I grind my teeth. And now we can look at Twips. I won't be misled. I already learned that from the final episode. I'll believe and wait. If you could use me for anything, what would you do? Would you fap to me? Something similar? Or hello? I would delete you. I would make you my girlfriend. I would make you my navigator. Personally, I'm up for deleting Heidi after her asking, like, would you fap to me? Okay, apparently the correct answer is I would make you my girlfriend. And that's why I was thinking this was like an Irie ending. But I really don't know anymore. It's the get confused ending. Please retweet. I received some shocking news. The woman who is currently causing this terrorist attack, Kojiro Frau, is the daughter of Kogori Minami, the director of the anime Gun Barrel. Thread. La Kogori Minami, aka Furukori Minami, killed 13 staff members of Gun Barrel. She is a mass murderer who's still on the run. If this is true, it would be Japan's worst crime case. Thread. Currently under investigation, but sources say that all 13 people died mysteriously just days before the release of the final episode. And since then, Furukori Minami has gone missing and seen by no one. End of thread. Therefore, the person who is running this terrorist attack, Kojiro Frau, is the daughter of a murderer and has the blood of a serial killer. Kurokane's article is pretty bad. Talk about assumptions. It's at a level that he might be sued for defamation. Kurokane-san only comes out with a sound argument. The story that 13 people died is true. I was in the police department at the time, so I know. My case was covered by the higher-ups. A conspiracy theory? There's no way that an anime director has the power to shut the police up. At the time, I was working at a different anime company, but those 13 people all of a sudden disappeared. There were rumors that they'd fled by night, but I don't think that had happened. I can't see Furugori Minami killing 13 people. I mean, she's a woman. Wasn't there like a message from Kurogori Minami the analyst found in that leaked final episode? From that, it rather looked like Kurogori Minami was getting chased by someone. Director Kurogori was saying that Gonville is a brainwashing device and propaganda. She wrote that everyone died and she ran away to prevent the terrorist attack. I can't think that the director killed them. Is what Kurokaneshi saying the truth? Their ad is just shit color. Now there's a chance that Kogori Minami's message is a fake. I mean, her daughter Kojiro Frau is running a terrorist attack as we speak. Kill Kogori Minami and Kojiro Frau by killing the terrorist family. This blackout will be fixed too. Oh, buddy. I get that you can't forgive the Furugori family, but do not put out a killing notice. You're gonna get arrested. If the family was this dangerous, I'm sure the public safety would have marked them. I think the police and public safety are confused they can't make a move. In other words, maybe Kojiro Frau was aiming for this timing. Who's the one on the back pulling the strings Furugori Minami? Are the guys Minami Furugori is talking about? Like, what? Who's the one on the back pulling the strings Furugori Minami? Or the guys Minami Furugori is talking about? Why did he flip? Whatever. This is a typical conspiracy theory structure. They're both made up. They both don't even exist. There shouldn't be a single person in Japan that's trying to subvert the state. Unless ruined thought from over 50 years ago. Maybe subverting the state isn't the goal. Maybe Furugori Minami was killed by the state and her daughter's coming for revenge. Is there anyone who can move in Tanegashima? I don't have any interest in 3D. And Kojiro Frau is a Fujoshi, right? Male otakus and Fujoshis can't get along. Some people think they're both just otakus, so it'll be fine. How incredibly naive. Fujoshis don't know when to compromise compared to otaku men, and they have far greater delusions than us. I understand that I have an extraordinary delusional power, but even then I can't beat their delusions. Mainly the sexual ones. Do you know how many times I've had to suffer? When you get involved with a Fujoshi, they just destroy your pride as an otaku. Every time. Just thinking about it gives me the chills. Don't get involved with Fujoshis, you hear me? If you do, you're to become another victim like me. Whenever they're around you, they're always stripping off your clothes and doing all sorts of weird stuff to you in their heads. That's why you have to stay away. God damn it, Takumi. And god damn it, dog, shut up. I'm grinding my teeth. My fingertips are shaking a little. I don't know how long it's been since I started challenging Takasabe. I've been playing with him non-stop. Because the windows in the room are all closed up, my sense of time is busted. I check the clock and see that it's 2 a.m. Ew, I wasn't expecting that. Guess I'm skipping school tomorrow. No single win after playing for 12 hours non-stop. And this has never happened before, and quite frankly, it's embarrassing. Exactly how many consecutive losses am I at now? I've never experienced anything like this. I'm gonna go mad. I exhausted every bit of my FG skill and knowledge I have in order to break his guard, but I just can't win. Takasabe has no openings. He never misses inputs. Nor do mind games work on him. No matter how much I back him to a corner, he never panics and makes a mistake. If I try to keep my distance, he slowly chips away my health, gets close, and he returns fire with his inhuman reaction speeds. The only real option is to trade hits with him. So I always get super close to winning, one step away. But then one step feels impossibly far. It feels like I'm getting the upper hand, but I just can't seal the deal. The thing I hate about Takasabe is that when he's getting low on HP, he really puts those cheats to work. He strings together actions to combo in a way that should never work. His high-speed sniping attack has no startup animation, so it only takes 1 frame to come out. Plus, the move has a 1 frame recovery time too, which means he can fire 1 shot every 2 frames. Nowhere to run. If it was a human, shooting once every 2 frames would be strictly theoretical. No human player can make inputs with that speed and precision. But my opponent is a cheating CPU. It has no physical limitations. Hell, it even has perfect aim. Once activated, there's nowhere to run. Continuously guarding just makes me open to chip damage and eventually death. No matter how much life I take away from him, he always finishes the round like this. What should I do? I have no other cards to deal. I hold my head and click my tongue. What can I do? What are my options? Think, come up with something. No matter how much I struggle to find an answer, my mind draws blanks. Me of all people, can't figure a way to put him down. I also gave it a few shots. Frau is staring at her computer screen as she speaks to me. Frau has decided to find the person who framed her. No one can beat that thing. That's just common sense. And if you try to use cheats, it seems to bug out. Bug out. She went on another tangent, dropping computer terms everywhere. I couldn't understand any of it, so I just ignored it. And what I could tell is that I can't cheat my way out of this. I have to fight fair. But after fighting it for 12 hours without a single victory, it makes me wonder if I couldn't even beat him. Seems as though I have to take drastic measures to take this cheating sob down. Oh, son of a bitch. Drastic measures. And there is one way. A way I personally don't want to rely on. But if I use it, it'll be like I'm cheating even though I'm technically not. And I'll be able to react to Takasaba's ult. I really don't want to use it. I despise it with every fiber of my being. I wish it just went away. But I also feel just as strongly about putting down this shitty CPU. Kana-chan, has anything changed in Tokyo? The power is being restored in some areas, but it's not back to normal yet. Some people have started posting to Twipo and that channel again. And thanks to them, their AI server takeover is becoming the #1 trending topic in all of net history. If we don't hurry, the cops might come. Can't be surprised. Frau's identity and location are both common knowledge. It makes sense for the cops to show up. What does the perp hope to gain from making a bunch of bots go wacky? And they even went out of their way to frame you. Why? I don't know. Could someone be warning us not to get involved any further with the Kimijima reports? Forget the Kimijima reports. You mustn't search for them anymore. It's entirely possible. Everything written in the Kimijima reports is coming true. You need to assume that everything he wrote is legit. Project Mars. If this is what's occurring in Tokyo right now, then Project Adam might also be underway in parallel. I have to do what I can. As someone who has collected all the reports up until now, what can you do? And there's a way to defeat Takasab. Huh? I'll use slow-mo. As horrible as my attacks are, they can also be weaponized. It was... blah blah. It was that very same attack that has saved our butts during Robo 1. As they're deathly painful, I really don't want to use them. But relying on them is my only option right now. But didn't you say you can't use them on command? I did, and I can't. But we have access to Takusab for 24 hours straight. I should be able to trigger one. I basically just have to torture myself. Because of these attacks of mine, you have to avoid rigorous exercise of any kind. In other words, strenuous physical activity and exhaustion often result in me getting an attack. Anyhow, I'm gonna go for a quick jog outside. From here on out, no sleeping until the bomb goes off. No eating or drinking either. This way, I can corner myself into an intentional attack. Why? Man says turbo asthma and is gonna use it to save the world? Not exactly. Frau looks at me dumbfounded. What are you doing all of this? And you told me these attacks are painful. Are you doing this for me? The way it's triggered is similar. I mean... Once again, I'm gonna go with not really. Because while jogging can trigger asthma, the way that the asthma is being triggered from the jog is different than in this case. Since he just needs the strenuous activity to become exhausted to trigger it. Whereas, like, exhaustion isn't the trigger for asthma. I want to win. Since it sounds like she's misunderstanding things, I'll explain to her as clearly as I can. This isn't for you, Konoton. Tsundere. Not even. Kona-chan. You handle your own issues. I just want to take down this piece of shit CPU. I'm putting my pride as second best in the world on the line. If I can't beat this guy, I'm not gonna be able to sleep at night when I become the very best. You're a true fighting game maniac, you know that? This is the part where you're supposed to say, of course this is all for you. That's just common sense. But I like it this way. Frau says with a smile on her face for some reason. Frau's arm constricts around my neck. I can't breathe. My neck is being crushed. My consciousness fades. I'm pressing them against you. Right up on you. I can only barely hear Frau's voice. My breathing stops. At this rate, I'll really die. I'll squeeze out the last bit of strength I have left in order to tap Frau's arm around my neck. Enough. Frau immediately loosens the sleeper hold. I desperately gasp for air. Clearly Frau is putting her all into the hold, so as she too is out of breath. How does it feel getting choked out by a girl? I thought I was gonna die. Still no attack. I spread my body across the floor in an attempt to catch my breath. My whole body feels heavy. I can tell the bomb is there inside of my chest. But no matter how much I abuse myself, the fuse stays unlit. This is actually my first time trying to force it to happen. Am I going about this the wrong way? I glance at the clock and discover that it's almost noon. I really just spent the entire night torturing myself. What kind of punishment is this? I went for a 30-minute jog in the middle of the night, the creepy red aurora illuminating the sky. I copied Frau and took an ice-cold bath. Sit-ups, push-ups. I might as well be a samurai at this point. Despite still being out of breath, I raised my body and challenged Tukasawa yet again. I'm getting hungry. And I'm sleepy. My head feels hollow. But I still somehow manage to keep moving my fingers around. My concentration is fading. I miss inputting more than when I first began playing. Earlier, I had so many near wins, and now I can't even get close. I've beaten myself up pretty badly, but still no attacks. Which means I haven't been able to win. And what time is it?
8時
Not night.
夜の
Not night. Frau has been up with me the whole time, so her expression is as empty as mine. She occasionally shakes her body, probably because she's trying to stop herself from falling asleep. This is depressing. I blame it on this room's gloomy atmosphere. I didn't think that depriving myself of sunlight for this long would make me feel so terrible. It's like a cycle. No wonder shut-ins can't get out of it. The air is dirty too. I'm probably breathing in nothing but dust. Even the PC's fan low-frequency noise is starting to hurt my ears. At least the AC is finally off thanks to my complaints. Frau seems to find the cold calming and says she becomes more alert. She finally agreed to turn the AC off once she realized my fingers were freezing, making me play worse. Hey, Klana-chan. Are you still wearing the same clothes as yesterday? Frau's still wearing her loose-fitting camisole and sweat shorts.
いつから
How long have you been hallucinating that I've been wearing the same clothes?
錯覚していた
So you changed?
着替えてない
Nope. But I'm not hallucinating.
だが
But you're in no
先輩には
position to
人の
complain,
ことは言えま
senpai.
せんぞ
Well, right. Birds of a feather. I bet your hair must smell super bad.
お風呂に入らなくても
I can get away
問
without
題ないのだ
bathing.
ぜ
That's my special privilege as a
引きこもり
shut-in.
の特
Too
権
easy.
キリ
Says the girl who takes cold baths.
誰馬
Hush you. Since I suffered through multiple cold baths in an attempt to trigger an attack, I'm actually pretty clean.
先輩
Senpai,
死にそうな
you
顔
look like you're
してる
dying.
わけだが
Are you gonna
そ
be
んな装備で
okay like
大丈夫か
this? No, I'm not. I can't get slow-mo to engage. I didn't think it'd be so tough. I figured triggering an attack would be as easy as pie. I catch my breath. Either way, now that my concentration is busted, even if I did trigger slow-mo, I'd lose. Senpai. If I was watching the news or something on her Pokekama, she grabs my arm and shakes me. What's up? The blackouts in Tokyo. They're saying the power should be completely restored before noon.
午前中だって
So that's our time limit. guess I'll take another cold bath and try to get my focus up. The tub is still filled to the brim with water. I don't have the time to consider whether or not Frau is watching. I strip naked and drag myself into the bathroom. The second I hop into the tub, I immediately hop back out. It's so cold. And just like that, I'm wide awake. After hastily wiping myself down with a towel, I head back to the room. How naughty. Oh, there's twips to look at. The TV isn't working. Is this from the solar storm? Can't watch the news like this. Don't think the island would be affected too. My Pokécom isn't working well. Apps keep crashing, but I guess that's better than others. There might be people that had their Pokécom break in Tokyo. Hey now, try not to stare so much. Getting stared at is embarrassing. Come on. I hurriedly tossed my clothes back on. Though my body's still freezing cold, so I'm shaking. If possible, I want to gaze upon your nude bod for a little longer. Especially your collarbone. Why isn't Four Eyes here? Stop being such a perv, please. Does this girl have no shame? Wait a sec. If she has no problem staring at me naked, does that mean she's already been to home base? But then I remembered that she was going on about being a virgin just the other day. Hey, Kona-chan, are you a virgin? Exactly. That is indeed correct. I'm kinda surprised that being around a naked dude doesn't freak you out. Fool. I've gazed longingly at all sorts of naked men, in thin books, that is. Too easy. I have no idea what a thin book is, but I get the feeling it's something dirty. It is. Anyhow, have you gotten any leads yet? Nada. Well then. But just you watch. I'm going to find something. Now that you mention it, I remember reading about this hacker in a book. Apparently there's a tired and true way of breaching any kind of security system. Deets, please. It doesn't involve any sophisticated hacking programs or difficult techniques. In a way, pretty much anyone could pull it off. You basically just gotta get in touch with the developer of the security system and have them give you the password. Basically, you get close to them as a friend, or a lover, or even a business partner. The closer you are to them, the more often you'd be invited into situations where they'll let their guard down. Pretty analog, right? At the end of the day, no matter how tight a security system may be, there's always a human element to it. And humans that make mistakes, they let things fall through the cracks from time to time. It's a lot easier to approach things from that angle. I never considered that. If that's the case, then... Frau frowns and sprawls herself out on the sofa. She holds her head and buries her face into a pillow. I hope my little story acts as food for thought for her. At the end of the day, finding the culprit is on her. I'll do what I can. Tomorrow morning is our deadline. Come hell or high water, I have to trigger slow-mo by then. With a newfound resolve, I pick up my Pokécom. My eyes are hazy. I can't see my Pokécom screen very well. How long have I been awake now? I haven't checked the time in a while. Looking at the clock makes me anxious, rendering me unable to focus on KB. I have to be ready for slow-mo to trigger at any moment. My body has already surpassed its limits. I could definitely feel the bomb deep inside of me. But all I can do now is wait. My back feels heavy. Which is hardly a surprise, as Frau's leaning her back on mine. It's annoying. I'd rather shake her off. However, I really don't have the energy to do so, and I'm also leaning against her, so I let it be. I can feel Frau's slow-paced breathing through her slender back. The rhythm isn't altogether unpleasant. But man, my body itches. I've been taking cold baths every now and then, but I still haven't bathed properly. Plus, fighting Takasab is really intense. So I end up covered in sweat even though the room isn't particularly hot. We're just a couple of sweaty teens sitting for hours upon hours in a dark, dirty, abandoned room. It would be outrageous, but we've only been playing this game. I can't win. How many times have I lost? I'm pretty sure that the number has at least 3 digits. I'm becoming numb. I don't feel anything from losing anymore. I restart the battle like it's some mindless task. This is really not good. Not that I wasn't already aware of it. With my body so far gone and the hours I spend in this dark room, my sense of urgency is fading. All 5 of my senses are fading. Lies! Frau suddenly yells out loud. I can feel her back trembling through my skin. I snap back to attention. Was I about to fall asleep just now? Not good. I blah blah blah. I slap my cheeks as hard as I can to reinvigorate myself. Frau's no longer leaning against me. I turn to see her pacing back and forth across the room. Ugh, damn it. How did it come to this? What's up? Why? Why? IDGI. This can't be. I'm going to punch the wall. This just can't be. It's impossible. It has to be some kind of mistake. She's deliriously talking to herself. And this must be a pretty big deal.
Kona-chan!
Kona-chan. Frau's body jerks after I yell at her. What's going on? Senpai. Senpai. Tears descend down her cheeks. I know who set me up. You found the culprit? I did, but this has to be a mistake. This is too much. Who is it? Frau seems reluctant to say anything. She looks down, avoiding eye contact with me. I don't want to believe it. This would be full-on traitorry. But that's just common sense. Alright, I have a pretty good idea of who it is.
身内だったって
Is it
ところ
someone you know? Frau raises her face. She stares at me as if she's clinging to me with every fiber of her being.
正解
Am I right? She quickly nods her head.
サークルの
He's a member of my group.
ハンドルネームは
His handle is Magayan.
サークルってキル
You
ガラ
mean
を
the
開
group
発した
that
サークル
developed Kill Ballad?
そう
Yeah,
フラウ工
the
事
Frau
ファクトリー
Kojiro factory. Including Frau, there are 5 members of the factory. They've all got to know each other in an online community about Gunbarrel. All 5 of them vary in age and gender. By Frau's suggestion, they all put their skills together and created the record-breaking hit game KB.
マグヤンは
Magayan kinda
私の
served as
プログラム
support for my programming
サポートっつうか
work. Birds out? Hi, Relix.
5人の中じゃ
He was the most chill
一
of
番
the 5 of
お
us,
となしい
but
人だったのに
連絡はつかない
can you get in touch with him?
昨日
Everyone else got in
他のメンバー
touch with me to tell
うち
me
だって
they're okay.
連絡来たけどマグヤンだけは
But I haven't heard from Magayan.
こっちから連絡してみ
Why
る
don't you try calling him? But
でも
コナちゃんの
He
大
might be
事
the
な
perp
ガンバ
that
レルを
dirtied your
怪我した
precious
犯
Gunbarrel,
人かもしれ
Kona-chan.
ないわけだけどスルーするつもり
are you gonna just let it go? Frau shook her head in refusal.
まだ
I don't know
犯人
for
って
sure that he's the
決まった
one.
わけじゃ
でも証拠は手に
But you
入れ
have
た
some evidence now,
そうでしょ
right? It's all
証拠
circumstantial
だ
evidence.
けマグヤン以外の
I
仲
spoke to all
間
of
か
other members of the
話聞
factory.
いたりしてさ
Mm,
さっき
You've mentioned that
先輩が
super
言ってた
simple way of breaching any
セキュリティを破る
security
ため
system
の簡単な
earlier.
方法それ聞いて
After hearing that,
私の
I
追加の
realized
ア
the
カウ
only
ントと
people
か知
who
って
know
るのは
the
サークルの身
PWs
内
to
じゃ
my
ないかっ
accounts
て
are those in my group.
まさか
But I
本当に
didn't
そう
think
だ
it'd
と
actually end up being true.
連絡しなよ
You should call him.
だって
But I'm a
私
donor dere.
コミュ障だし
Besides,
何
I wouldn't know what to say.
じゃあ好きにすればい
Then
い
do whatever makes you happy.
でもその
But
マ
this
グヤンって人
Magian
は
may or may
犯
not
人
be
か
the
もしれないけ
culprit.
ど犯人じゃないかもしれないんでしょどっちなのか
I personally
確かめ
think you
る
need to
必
find
要
out
はあ
for
ると思
sure.
うけどね
One way or the other. You need closure. I'll try giving him a call.
見る
Nearly in tears, Frau pulls out her Pokecall.
ポゼッタタン
Is that
マ
a
グヤンに
call
電話して
Magayan?
電話い
Roger
たします
that.
ね
Calling now. The Pokecom screen changes over. But no matter how long she stays connected, nobody answers.
やっぱり
No answer.
出ない
I knew it. I look at the clock. It's 3 a.m. I suppose most people wouldn't answer at this hour.
逃げたん
Did he run away? She asks me like she's trying to get a feel for my mood. Almost as if she's wishing he actually did. But as if to sneer at that. After about a minute of staying on the line, the call goes through. A severely underweight man appears on her screen. Where is he? It looks super dark over there. Is he in a car?
マグヤン
Magayan?
いや
Hey,
フラウちゃん
Frau-chan.
前はちょっと
You used to be
太ってた
kinda
くらいなの
chubby,
に
no?
ま
Y-
るで
you look like a completely
別人じゃない？
different person now.
僕のところに電
And
話
you
してきたっ
calling
て
me
いう
can only
こと
mean
は
one thing. And you
気づ
figured
いた
it
んだ
out.
ねそうだよ
That's right.
僕
I
が
placed the lock on our ice server.
RI 社のサーバーに鍵をかけたそして
And to make it look like you did it, I hijacked your Twippo account.
ツイポのアカウントを
I know. I didn't think he'd just admit to it so easily. I hope they're recording this phone call. I didn't see that coming. But why?
チーター3人が死ん
Are
だ
you the
後
one
オンラ
behind
イン
those
上
sheer
にいたのも
CPU
あんた
bots
だ
of the
が
3 dead KB players?
君は
Who are you?
俺のことはどう
It
でもいい
doesn't
でしょ
matter.
そうだ
You're right. I created the
あの
3
チーター
cheater
さんには
bots.
僕が
あんたのせい
So it
で
was your fault that
俺
I've
は
been
ずっと
stuck in
ラン
rank
キング
5
5に
purgatory
感
all
じて
this
たってわけ
time.
だ。チート検索ツー
Why
ル
did
が
the
こと
cheat
ごと
tool
く空
keep
振りだった
returning
わ。
blanks?
あのツールを
I'm
使
the
う
one who made that tool.
僕だ細工なんて
I can modify it
簡
easily.
単にできる
Well, that clears that up. You knew I was doing battle with those assholes for real. I feel stupid. I don't like this. Frau gently grabs my hand without warning. Surprised, I glance at Frau only to find her eyes affixed to the screen. Even I'm not so cruel as to shake off her hand at a time like this. Frau, after taking a short breath, mumbles out her words. Did you kill them?
あのチーター
Did he kill the
さんの
owners of those accounts?
マグヤ
殺
I
してない
didn't.
今さらそこだ
What's
け
the point
嘘
of
ついたっ
lying
て意味
now?
ないんじゃない？
本当なんだ
It's true. I didn't do it. I
僕
swear.
じゃない
だったら
Then who
誰
did?
だ
All of the people who threatened me.
僕は
They kidnapped my wife and kid.
妻と子供を一つ殺されたくな
They
い
told me to do as they say,
言われた
but I
通り
didn't
に
want to find my family dead.
単独犯じゃないって
You
こと
mean this isn't a one-man
その脅してた
operation?
連中って何者？
Who were these people that you say were threatening you?
わからない
I don't know. I've never met them before,
ことはないんだでも
but I haven't seen my wife and kid in more than 6 months
半
now.
年以上帰ってきてない
Mm.
僕だって
I honestly have no idea what's going on, but when I think about what could happen to my family,
家族がって思ったら
An unpleasant thought crosses my mind. A conspiracy. In his quest to reveal a conspiracy to the world, Kimijima Klo fled to Tanegashima, all the while fleeing from the Tavistock Institute, yet he got murdered. Frau's mom, Kokori Minami, tried to stop an anime from being used as a propaganda tool and was forced to flee. She's been missing for 4 years. The Gone Feral anime staff who tried to save Kokori Minami were ruthlessly murdered.
タビストック研
Does
究
the
所が
Tavistock Institute or the
300人
Committee of
いるかって
300 ring
聞いた
any
ことある
bells?
い
I
い
can't say. What's that supposed to mean? If I talk about them, my family will be... Nagayan's face goes pale. I guess that's a good enough answer. He's basically saying yes.
僕はただ
I
言われ
I
た
just did what I was told. I was threatened and forced to cooperate. I swear. Nagayan mumbles as if to comfort himself.
RI 社の OS
I wasn't the one that hijacked RI's OS, nor was I the one that killed the cheaters, I swear.
僕じゃない信じてくれ
Please believe me. Frau hangs her head as her lips quiver.
あんたの事情は
I
今はどう
really
でも
don't
いいん
give
だ
a
けど
damn
さ
about your situation.
鍵をあんたの
But
方
you
で
wouldn't
開け
have
てくれ
been
た
to
り
be able to undo the lock from your end, would you?
無理だ
I can't. If I do that, my family will die.
いいよ
It's
そっちは
alright.
俺が
I'll
なんとか
handle
す
it
る
on
よ
my end then. But I'm not actually sure whether I'll be able to pull it off or not.
あんたを脅して
I
た
wonder
連
what the
中の
guys who
目的って
threatened you
なん
are
だ
after.
ロボットを暴
What's
走
their
させ
end
て
game?
何がしたい
Why
の
make a bunch of robots go wild?
最終的に
They said that their ultimate target was the Tokyo government building.
らしい停電から復
And
旧
they're going to assault it before the power comes back,
さらに
so that they can further cripple the
非常態
capital.
を継続させるって
あんたを脅して
Is
る
that
連
what the
中
men
が
behind
そう
all
言
of
って
this
た
told you?
言ってたわけじゃない
Not
けど
directly,
艦
but they
長
did
じゃ
instruct me to target that building.
霞が関や
They're gathering at Kasumi Gaseki, Nagata-cho as we speak.
停電の
Since power is scheduled to return to all of Tokyo by tomorrow morning, the attack should begin soon.
そういうことはバラ
And
し
you're
た
okay
平
with
気なわけ
telling us that much? Nothing can stop things now. And with Tokyo in chaos, the police won't be able to handle it themselves. And there are more things dire than I thought. Things are more dire than I thought, rather. I can read. But it all doesn't seem quite real to me through the monitor screen.
じゃあやっ
And
ぱ
I
り
have to
高
defeat
速狩りの
Takusaba
タイミング
before the
と
blackout
停電
ends.
復旧前までか
あの鍵は
You'll never break the
破
lock.
れない僕の作った
I used the 3
サーバー
bots that I created to collect data
今
from
の
the
リーダー
top
ボー
players
ト
for
上
6
現地のデー
months.
タを半年も取り続けたんだどんなパターンにも
Takusaba can
対応できる
handle any pattern imaginable. So those bots were just stepping stones for Takusaba?
それでも勝って
Doesn't
みせ
matter.
るよ
I'm winning.
こんなところで
I
つ
gotta
まずい
keep
て
moving
た
forward if I'm gonna be
全
the
員一
best
に
in the
は一生
world.
なれないんでね
Useless effort.
無駄な努力だよ
マグヤン
Nagayo.
なんで
Why?
私
Why
た
does
ち
it need to be us? Huh?
マグヤンを
The
脅
people
し
who
てた人
threatened
たち
you.
私たちに
I was wondering
目を
why
つ
they
けたのって
targeted us.
なんでかな私たち
What did we ever do?
何かした
私た
It's
ち
not us.
あいつらが目をつけた
You're the only real target,
ちゃん
Frau-chan.
一人だ手紙に
And that's what was written in the letter.
僕の家族
They don't intend on killing my family.
ただ
But they did say that Korogori Minami's daughter had to be
犠牲に
sacrificed.
なってもらうって
Well, that's nice.
まさ
But
か
wait,
そいつらが
don't tell me they're the ones that...
ね
Hey,
もっと
more
詳しく教え
details.
て
それ以上
I don't know anything more than that. I really don't.
わからないんだ
嘘
You goddamn liar. You know something. Tell me where Mama is, you piece of shit. I hope you choke on your tongue. I'm sorry.
すまないじゃねえで
Sorry, my ass. Where's Mama? Hey, where's...
コナちゃん落
Calm
ち着いて
down, Kona-chan. As soon as I grab her shoulders and call out to her, she settles down. Her shoulders are trembling. Frau wipes her tears and squeezes out the last few words she can muster.
マグヤン
Magayan,
最後に
tell me one last
一
thing.
つ聞かせてマグヤンって
Magayan,
結婚してたっ
when
け
did you get married?
は
Huh? I tilt my head along with Magayan. What in the world does that have to do with anything?
半年前に
When we spoke 6 months ago
オ
at
フ
the
で話
offline
した時
meeting,
はマグヤン
you said you were a
童貞だ
virgin,
って
Magayan.
二次元にし
You
か
said you were only
Kill me.
interested in 2D,
ないって言ってたような
if I recall correctly.
いつ
When did you
結
get
婚
married?
したん
When was your child born?
子供はいつ生まれたん本の付き合い
We
ば
only
っか
ever
だった
talked
か
to each other online. So, is it just that I didn't know?
ら知らなかっただけ
Magian is acting strangely. His eyes are unstable. His forehead is covered with sweat. Finally, he frowns and holds his head.
Eh?
But,
僕は
wait,
でも
what?
あれ妻が
I have a wife,
妻
I
はいる
do.
よ
and a kid.
ほら
She's a healthy little girl.
元気な女の子で
No, Boy?
違う男の子名前
Her name is...
名前は
She was born in the spring, so we named her Haruka.
はるかって違う
No, no. Haruka's the heroine from Magical Girl Excellency. And I have a son,
僕の
not a
子は
daughter.
男の子
Wait, that's solid. I must be exhausted. That's right, yeah. Of course I am. Has he totally lost it? Anyhow, that's just the way it is. Sorry, Frau-chan.
ごめんねフラウちゃん
Hmm,
僕の役目は
my job is
終わ
finished.
った
In the morning, I'll be flying to the
Papa and
Philippines. They said I can reunite with my family there.
そこで妻と
Oh,
子供
buddy.
と再会できるって言われた
He's either not making it to the Philippines or is dying at the Philippines.
成田は停電
And
で
since
閉鎖し
Narita
ちゃっ
is
てるから
closed due to the
関
blackouts,
空までの移動
it
で
took a while to get to
今日までかか
Kansai.
っちゃったけど本当に
I'm so
すま
sorry.
ない
I don't expect you to ever
許し
forgive
てくれ
me.
とは言わないよそれじゃ
Goodbye. And just like that, the call is over.
あ
What was that just now? And there was something extremely unsettling and scary about all of that. And the word brainwashed comes to mind. Yeah! The Tavistock Institute's specialty. What if he was being brainwashed to think that he had a wife, and a kid that never really existed? And I can't even imagine what it must feel like to be Magayan right now. I'm covered in cold sweat just from thinking about it. Frau laughs like she always does.
ありのま
I'll
ま
tell you
今起
exactly
こっ
what
たことを
happened.
話すぜマグヤンは仲間だと
I
思ってい
thought
たが
Magayan was my friend,
敵
but
だ
before I knew it, he turned out to be my enemy.
何を言っ
I'm
て
sure
い
you
るか
don't
わから
understand
ない
what
と
I'm
思うが
saying,
私
but I
にも
really don't
何を
understand
さ
it
れたの
either.
かわからなかった犯人
I caught the
分かったの
culprit,
に何の救いにも
but that
ならない
hasn't
っつ
fixed
うか
anything. Frau's hand, still holding onto my fingers, tightens.
まんまと
I never thought I'd be
裏切られるなんて
betrayed like that.
こんなことなら
If I knew this was going to
誰も
happen,
信じなけれ
I
ば
never would have trusted anyone ever.
引きこもりは
I should have just been all alone like a
引きこ
proper
もりらし
shut-in.
くずっと一人でいればよかったママだって
Mom was probably
How's it?
already.
予感は
I had a
だいぶ
feeling
前
that
から
was the
してたっ
case
つ
for a
う
long
か
time now.
この島が
I guess this island
最
was
後
my
の
last
望み
hope.
みたいな感じだったわけだが結局
But in the
あ
end,
の警告
that
メ
warning
ッセージ
message is like the nail in
で
the
とどめ刺さ
coffin.
れたみたいなところはあるし引っ越してきた意
It
味
was pointless for me to come
Oh,
here.
なかったぼっち
Forever
をつ
alone. Lamau.
そうやって
I
自分を
suppose it
卑
must
下
be
してる
pretty
だけな
easy
ら
to just
楽
sit
だろ
there
うね
and beat yourself up.
先輩
Senpai.
でもちょっと残
But
念だな
it's too bad, sure.
東京で
A
の
friend of
仲間
yours in
に裏切
Tokyo
られた
betrayed you,
それで
but
孤
that's
独
enough
だ
to
と思
make
っ
you
ちゃ
feel
うなんて
completely
ね
alone. Frau's hand is still wrapped around my fingers. I hold on tightly to her hand.
アキちゃんに言わせれ
As far
ば
as Aki-chan
モ
is
ナちゃんは
concerned,
ロボ部の一員
not
で
only
あ
are
って
you a member of the
もう
Robotics
すでに
Club,
仲間
you're
なんだ
already
よ
her
ね
friend.
だからさ
Either way,
勝手に
don't
自
go
分を
thinking
一
you're
人ぼっち
alone.
だと思わないでくれないかなそう思いたいな
If
ら
you really want to
ま
be
ずロボ
alone,
部を
you're
や
gonna
め
have
て
to
もら
quit
わ
the
ないと
club.
どうせ
And I bet
アキちゃんに
Aki-chan
言
will
ったら
make that as
全
hard
力
as
で反対
possible
するだ
for
ろう
you.
けど
ロボ部
The Robotics Club.
それと
No, and I'm sorry to put a damper on your whole giving up thing, but
俺はまだ
I haven't
高
given
さとの
up
勝
on
負を諦
beating
めたわけ
Takis
じゃ
up
ないんだ
just yet.
勝手に終わられた
So
ら
I
困る
prefer it if you don't act like things are finished here.
でも
But everyone
もう
knows who I am.
私の素性とか
They all know about
頑張れ
how the
るスタッフ
Gonferro
が死ん
staff
だ
was
こととか
murdered and everything.
全部 さらされちゃってるし、今さら
Beating some cheating CPU wasn't gonna clear me
一
of
度拡散した
anything.
私の疑いは晴れるわけじゃないし。
だから何？
So what? Huh?
最初に言ったよ
Didn't I
ね。
tell you from the start?
別にコナちゃん
I'm
の
not
ために
doing this
勝
for
負
you,
してるんじゃないっ
Kona-chan.
て。俺は
I'm doing this
この
because I
クソ
want to
チート
show this
CPU
dumbass
勝ちたい
CPU
から
who's
って。
boss. And with that, I let go of her hand. Break time's over. We've got another 7 to 8 hours left before time's up. I'm gonna settle this before then. If I can defeat him, victory's mine. But if I can't, it's theirs. It sure sounded cool, but I've yet to trigger an attack. And our time's running out. My body has just about hit its limit. I might pass out before I'm able to trigger an attack at this rate. Which would render me totally useless. After all, the self-torture I've endured, that'd really suck. But here's the thing. At this point, an attack could realistically happen at any time now. Frau is squatting in the corner of the room with her head held down. She's not sleeping, as I can hear her sniffling every now and then. I get it. She's still dealing with the shock of being betrayed by someone she trusted. I should leave her alone for now. Damn it. I lost again. I strike the screen with my finger. I'd rather toss my Pokécomet to the floor, but that'd crack the screen, so I resist the urge. I'm so close. What do I need to do to corner myself?
なんで
Why?
ん？
Frau breaks her silence after a few hours. Is she feeling a little better?
なんで
Why do you think I became a
引きこもり
shut-in?
になったと思う？
Well, that came out of nowhere.
さあ、
No clue.
人付
Because
き合い
you're
が
bad at
苦手だ。
socializing?
それとも
Or is it because your mom
母
went
親が
missing?
失踪したから。
Come to think of it, I don't even know how long she's been a shut-in. What was her life like in Tokyo?
残念。
Biz. Wrong.
世界は
I became a shut-in so I could make Kill
作る
Ballad.
ため。
へ
Oh.
ママがいなくな
Mama
って
went missing.
頑張れ
And
るが
Gunferrel
ママ
had
を
that
味方
awful
して
ending.
それで
So,
ワコ
I
ンにな
was
ってくの
scared.
怖か
I was scared that Mama's work would become just another piece of dead content.
頑張れるがみん
When
な
people
から
forgot
忘れられたら
Gunferrel, then Mama would also be forgotten.
忘れられた存在になっちゃうって。だから
And that's why I decided to make a game out of her work.
ゲーム作ろうって思って。なんでゲームなのか
That's for why I decided on a game specifically.
私が
It's just because I was
プログラム
already
が
good at
得意だったからって
programming.
理由なわけだわ。でも
But I
適当に
thought that if
作
I
る
half-assed
きっ
it,
と頑張
I'd
れ
never
る
be
が
as
いいほど
popular as the
流行らない
anime.
し。かといって
And if I
時
took
間
my
かけて
time
作
on
って
it,
たら
the series
その
would just
間
be
に
dead
オワコン
content
に
by
なっ
the
ちゃう
time
か
I
ら。
finished.
学校行ってる暇
Every
も
minute I
惜
spent
し
in
かった
school
わ
felt
け
like a waste of time.
気づいたら
So,
引きこ
before
も
I
りを
knew
して
it,
いた。
I'd become a
催
shut-in.
眠術と
No
か超
hypnosis,
スピー
no
ドとか
super speed,
そんなチャチ
none
な
of
もん
that
じゃ断じ
silliness.
てね。まあ
Well,
も
I
と
was
もと
already
この
pretty
性気味な
thundering
墓
to
地だった
begin
から
with,
ス
so
スムー
it
ズに引
was
き
a
込まれ
smooth
たのだぜ。
transition. Is that supposed to be a good thing?
先輩は
Senpai,
キルバラ
do you like Kill
好
Ballad?
き？
まあね。
Yeah,
よくでき
it's
た
a
ゲー
great
ムだよ。
game.
俺は頑張れるそ
Frankly,
のもの
I
には
don't
興
care
味な
much
かっ
about
たりするんだ。
Gunferrel. I just enjoy
キルバラ
KB
は
as a
純粋
game.
にゲームとして楽しんでる。
And the main reason I made it my main game is because I have someone I want to beat. Tonks.
トンクス。
Huh?
トン。
Thanks.
なんだって？
Excuse me?
持つ。
Thank you.
聞こえない
And I can't hear you.
ありがとう
Thank you for the kind
褒めて
words.
くれて。
She says, with a flustered look on her face.
好きって
I'm happy
言ってく
that
れ
you
て
said you like it.
嬉しい。
どういたしま
And
して
you're very much welcome. But by the way,
攻め
are
た
you more of the
受けながら
aggressive type
どっち
or
が
the
好き？
passive type?
キルバナ
If
の
we're
戦法
talking
のことな
KP
ら
strats,
攻
I'm
めない
definitely more aggressive.
ほ
Oh,
攻め
aggressive.
ですか。
I see, I see.
でも
I personally see
先輩は
you
む
as
しろ
more of
受
the
け
passive type,
議論を
Yoshio
認める。
senpai. I'm willing to debate this.
メガネとなら
With four eyes
攻守
around,
交代を受け
you
な感
guys
じだ
could
から
swap places.
夢が広が
Gotta
る。
dream big. She's grinning all of a sudden. I'm not gonna think too hard about what's going through that head of hers.
少しは元気
It sounds like
取り
you're
戻したい
feeling a little better. Frau then wipes her grin off her face and gets serious. Can you win?
勝てる。
あと一歩が詰めら
I
れない
just can't push past the finish line.
あと少し
If I
自分の
torture myself
体を
a
いじめ
little
られれ
more,
ば
I think I
そ
can
のそう
trigger
な
an
気がするん
attack.
だよね
To
いじめる
torture, you say.
とごくり
Gulp. What in the world is she thinking?
SM グッズ
I'll
貸
lend
し
you
ま
my
す。
S&M toys.
そ
You
んな
you
の
actually
持ってる
have some?
だ
I'm
と
actually
したら
going to
俺
disown
本気で
you.
コナちゃんと縁を切るよ
さすがに
Of course I don't
本物は
have
持
the
ってない
real
わ。
stuff.
偽物なら
So you have the fake stuff?
それに近いものなら
Kinda. What is that? Frau stands up with a grin on her face and starts shuffling through some boxes stacked in the corner of the room. I'm pretty sure I put it somewhere
入れといた
around
気が
here.
あ来た
Oh, found it! Wonderful. What kind of pervy toy does she have in store for me? Probably a collar.
これ
Yeah,
使っちゃいなよ
how about you use this, bro? And with that, she whips out some low-frequency therapy equipment. It looks like one of those electric massage kits you attach to your body to try and relax it.
これのどこ
And
が
when the hell does this qualify as S&M? That's what I'm thinking.
いじめるために使う
This will
なら
work just fine for a little bit of torture.
レベル最大で使え
At
ば
maximum level,
激痛
you'll
で
scream from the
熱傷性
excruciating
最大面
pain,
絶
and that
すべて
pain
に
scream
響
will
く
turn
苦痛
into
の
one
声
of
はやが
pleasure.
て
変わらない
No,
って
it really won't. But this just might work. They've been rerunning gold variety shows on TV lately. And on one of them, I saw a comedian getting punished with one of these things.
ますます罰
This
ゲーム
whole
っぽ
thing
くな
is
ってき
starting
た
to feel more and more like a punishment game. I suppose since she went through the trouble of digging this out, I should at least give it a try. Though, I might start making it prayers after this. Because of the pain.
では
Then,
つけて
I shall put it on for
主
you,
に鎖
near
骨
your
あたりに
collarbone, that is. Why does she look so happy? She looks more pleased than she did when I said I liked KB.
どうせなら
I
強
might as
烈
well
な
go
やつで
all out. 2 pats to my thighs, 2 on my butt, 1 on each of my upper arms, and 1 on both sides of my temple. No collarbone though.
良い子
You
の
remember
みんなを真似
kids,
しないよ
don't try this at home.
じゃあタイミン
Okay,
グを指示
once
す
I
る
give you
か
the
ら
signal,
その
switch
時
it
スイ
on.
ッチオン
Do it
で
at
よろしく
maximum
レベル
level.
は最大ね
You don't want to build... Okay. I restart my fight with Takasab. As always, I carefully batter down their life bar, knowing full well that I'm going to be trading kids. Once their life bar turns red, I can sense them getting ready to use their ults.
スイッチオン
Do it! Gah. And then I faint.
先輩
Senpai.
先輩
Senpai.
起きて
Wake up.
こ
Come on. Uh, my cheeks sting. And then my body feels heavy. It's like I'm paralyzed or something. I think I might be pushing my luck. I slowly come to and open my eyes. Is Frau sitting on top of him? Nah, you're awake.
起きたよかっ
Thank goodness.
たよかった
I'm so glad.
何してんの
What are you doing?
せ
I was trying to wake you up,
起こそうとし
senpai.
てましたが何か
What of it?
なんで馬乗りになる
Why
必要
exactly
が
does
ある
that
んだよ
involve straddling me?
Da-
Well, you collapsed
全
after
身
your
を
whole
ビクンで
body
痙攣させて
twitched.
倒れたか死んだか
And
と
so
思
of
う
course I
だが
thought you were dead.
常識的
And
に
that's just common sense. None of that explains why you were straddling me.
気絶し
And
た
I passed out, huh?
やっぱりさ
I probably shouldn't have
こ
put
め
the
かみに
pads
つ
on
け
my
たのが間違いだ
temples.
ったかな
Yeah, to be honest.
でも
But I'm so glad you're okay.
よかったお
Frau lazily begins to lean her body atop of mine.
せ
Mm,
先
If you
輩
had died,
が死んでたら
I would have killed myself.
私も後を追って自殺してたレベル
Frau rests her soft body atop of mine. I hadn't been this close to a girl since I was a little kid. I had assumed Frau's body temp was super low, but I was wrong. Her warmth seeps into my skin. It's a reminder that she's alive like I am. Damn it. Here I am imagining Frau naked.
せ
Are
性
you
欲を持て
turned
余
on?
す
いや
Nope.
どうや
Apparently
ら
don't
そん
even
な
have
記
the
憶も
energy
ない
for
らし
that.
い
My exhaustion has reached its limit. It seems my hunger and tiredness are taking over my libido. I'm so sleepy. I wish I had just fallen asleep after passing out.
っていうかさ
By
ち
the
ゃん
way, Kona-chan.
うん
どいてくれない
Can you move out of the way?
だ
But
が
I
これは
refuse. Why?
お願い
Please,
少しだけ
let me stay like this a little longer.
話
I have something to tell
聞
you.
いてほしい
コーナちゃん臭い
But
ん
you
だ
smell, Kona-chan.
せ
You do
Senpai mo.
too. Jeez. What does she want from me?
頑張れるわ
Gunveil is a
私
very
にとって
important work to me.
大事なとっても大事な作品なんだわママが残
And
して
something that Mama poured all of herself,
マ
her
マの思いが
emotions,
詰まった
her feelings into.
大事な大事な作品自分で
doesn't
作った
hurt to see
傷柄を
people
叩かれるのは
Trashing
痛く
killed
も
ballad.
痒くもないし自分のこと
As
叩
much
か
as I
れる
hate
のは
taking a beating,
嫌だけど
I can deal with that.
別に平気でも
But I just can't stand watching
頑張
Mama
れるが叩か
and
れるのは
creation get insulted.
耐えられないなのに
But then the final
最
episode
終話が
leaked.
流出してこの前
Mama's last
Mama.
message
メッセー
surfaced.
ジが出てきてアグヤンにはめられて
Magayan set me up to look like the
私は
terrorist.
テロ
And
犯
now
になっ
Mama's
ちゃ
being
って
treated like a criminal too.
そのせいでママまで犯人扱いされて怪我されちゃ
It's all falling apart.
う頑張れると
Mama and
Mama.
Gunveil, their memories are being tarnished.
怪我されていく先輩
Senpai,
頑張れるわ
do you think Gunveil
もう
can
一度
shine once again?
輝けるかなここまで
After all the bullying, All the awful name calling.
レテル貼られて、きっと
I'm sure lots of people have
た
quit
くさん
being
の人が
fans.
ファンやめちゃったはず。ここから
But even
もう
then,
一度
do you think I could make Gunbarrel shine again?
輝かせること。
さあ
I
ね
don't know.
少なくとも
At the very least,
俺たちが
I don't think we'll ever reach the heights that it did back during its heyday.
無理でしょ。で
But
も俺たちが
there's nothing wrong with starting from the ground up and working at it, little by little.
そうだな。
Let's see.
例えば
For example,
手始めに
how about we start by
ロボ部の
bringing
2号
Model 2 to the
万博に
expo?
出展させるとかさ。
ロボ部
The Robotics Club's robot?
あれだって
And it is modeled
頑張
after
れ
a
ば
gun
できる
barrel
わ
after
け
all.
だしね。そんなわけで
So help us out.
前
We've
から
wanted you to
頼ん
join
だ
us for
コナちゃんも
ages.
参加してよ。そこから始めれば
You can start there, and keep at it until the day
お母さん
people
は
realize that your mom was right.
いつか分かってもらえる日が来るまでね。ちなみに今の俺は
And for what it's worth,
コナちゃん
I
の
believe
お母
that
さ
she
んが正し
was.
かったって信じてるんで。
Considering the myriad of parallels with the Kimijima reports, I can't just write it off as a conspiracy theory anymore. Okay.
さっ
I
き
said earlier that
この
moving
島
here
に
was
引っ越してきた
pointless.
意味あんまりなかった。あれは嘘
No,
だ。
that's not true.
だって
Because
ヤシ
I
オ
was
先
able
輩
to meet you, Senpai.
会えたからこの島に来てよ
I'm glad I came to this island.
かっ
別に俺
No,
はコナ
it's
ちゃ
not
ん
like
の
I've
ため
done
に何
anything
も
for
して
you,
ないけどね。
Kona-chan.
た。放置プレイ
In
も
my industry,
我々の
neglect
業
play
界で
is
は
the type
ご
of
褒美で
reward.
す。
What industry is she talking about?
というわけで
Just show me your
コツを見せろ。
collarbone.
嫌だよ。
How about no?
コナちゃん
You're way
は
too direct sometimes,
好きすぎすぎ
Kona-chan.
だよ。
And take a deep breath, and I take a sippy. Then lightly push Frau away and sit up.
休憩は終わり
And
だ。
break time,
タイムリ
blah
ミット
blah.
までもう時間
Break
もない
time's over. We got a time limit to deal with.
ヤシオ先輩
When Yashio-senpai,
勝って私のためでも
you don't have to win
マ
for
マ
me
のた
or
めでもな
Mama.
くていい。あんな
Just don't lose to that
CPU
cheating
に
piece of shit
負け
CPU.
ないで。
ああ、
You got it. And that was always the plan. We decided to keep using the shock therapy equipment. Except now we're making sure not to attach any pads to my temples. At maximum output, my thighs, butt, and arms alone are enough to cause my body to convulse. This had a negative effect on my ability to play, so we dropped the output down a little. And that all that's left now is for Frau to intermittently shock me while I play. Thanks to the intensity of the sensation, I stopped feeling the burning pain around my thighs. I can't breathe. No matter how desperately I try to breathe, my body won't move like I want it to.
先輩
Senpai,
すごく
you're falling apart.
もうこれ以
We
上
can't keep this up.
いや、やめな
No,
くていい。
keep going.
合図したら。
When I give the signal, press the button.
だって
But you look like you're
死に
about
そう
to
な顔
die.
してるし。
もうすぐタイムリ
We've
ミットで
barely
しょ。
got any time left.
休んでる暇はな
I
い
can't
よ。
afford to rest. It's entirely possible that the RI robots are gathered outside of the government building right now. I've been watching the news, so... I haven't been watching the news, so I don't know for sure. But I do know we're out of time. Which is why...
暇だ。
Now! Excruciating pain ensues. I clench my teeth to hold onto my consciousness. Focus. Don't let the pain get the best of you. Another loss. How many times is this? And my slow-mo is nowhere to be found. But even then,
もうやめるべきじゃ
shouldn't we
ね
call it quits?
先輩は
Senpai,
や
you've
ったし
done more than enough.
十分
In what world?
一生もできてない
All
の
I've
に
done is
十分も
lose.
クソもないでしょ。それに
Plus, I
感じ
can
るんだ。
feel it.
感じる
Feel what?
ついに
Have you
どれも
finally
一度
awoken
覚
to
醒
your
を
masochistic tendencies?
じゃなくて
No, you dumbhead.
爆弾の導
The
火線に
fuse.
さ、
It's finally been
よう
lit.
やく火がついたみたいだ。
And that fuse belongs to the bomb like something deep inside of my chest. Once it explodes, I'll get an attack. After years and years of struggling with my condition, I've become good at noticing its signs. It tells me when an attack is on the way. Consider it a sort of homemade detection system I came up with.
次だ。
Next. I swallow my breath. My throat is dry as hell, but I opted not to drink any water.
次で起きる。
It's going to happen this time.
わかる
And you can tell.
なんとなくね。
To a point. I've done all sorts of awful things to my body to get here. If I don't have an attack, I'm going to be pissed. If anything, it's taken way too long. I massage my eyeballs over my eyelids. And while I'm at it, I loosen up my fingers. I'm actually kind of impressed by how messed up I am. But that's enough. It's time for me to strike back.
じゃあ
Let's
始
begin.
めよ
It's then that a violent knocking sound shoots through the room.
古郡さん
Furugori-san!
古郡さん
Furugori-san! We know you're in there.
開けてください
Please open the door. It's the police.
ケイ
The police.
先
Senpai, what should I do? I guess the authorities have finally arrived to question Frau about the whole arrest attack thing. Hack thing. Talk about shitty timing. Couldn't they wait 10 minutes?
ちょっと東京で
We'd like to ask you about what's going on in Tokyo.
もしもし
Hello?
出た
Should I answer?
いい
If you make them wait for too long, things will just get worse. I doubt they're gonna break in, but we also don't want to give them the wrong impression.
5分待ってもらえばそれでいい。
Just get them to wait 5 minutes. I'm sure the bomb will go off before then. Frau heads towards the door.
け
Can you wait 5 minutes?
5分だけ
I'm changing. While Frau buys me some time, I initiate my final battle with Takasov. My strategy now is the same as before, exchanging blows. And once Takasov's HP bar starts to glow red, they're gonna come at me with their BS ult. If I can manage to trigger slow-mo at the exact time, they're finished. The round begins. I manage to read and dodge their long-range sniper attacks and begin to close the distance between us. The real match begins once I'm in melee range. No matter how I try to break their guard, they manage to quickly attack and respond. So, instead I aim for trades using moves with large hitboxes. I picked this borderline suicidal strat precisely because Schneider is a ranged fighter. No matter how superhuman Takasabe's reaction speed is, Schneider's close range capabilities are limited. Gunbarrel, on the other hand, is designed to round to up close and personal combat. Trading hits requires hyper-accurate timing, but I've gotten that down after playing hundreds of rounds. It's been a while since I was able to focus like this. The police and their little visit helped to raise the tension. My heart starts beating faster as the battle continues. I'm all fired up. My sense of exhaustion turns to pleasure. Wait, hold on. It's too soon. This is the wrong timing. Please, just wait a little while longer. Staying focused on the game, I clench my teeth in an attempt to keep my attack at bay. And then... sound disappears. Time slows. My body, once warm and riled up from all the excitement, is suddenly dropping in temperature. It's like the acid in my stomach is boiling, coming up and melting my esophagus. My blood is frozen. You have to endure this everlasting 3 seconds of hell without taking a single breath. The problem is that it physically feels like 30 seconds for me. My mind is clear as day. I click my tongue, mentally. It's too early. We didn't need even the shock equipment for this. I glanced down at my Pokécom screen. Takasabe's life gauge hasn't turned red yet. This is bad. Slow-mo only lasts for 3 seconds in real time. Now that it's active, it won't line up with the timing when they use their ults. God damn it. Slow and mercilessly, time continues to march forward. But I can't sit here and stew in my regret. As I do my best to withstand the intense pain, I can put as many attacks as I can while slow-mo is active. I have to surpass the limits of KB as a game. I need reaction speeds on par or even greater than this cheater of a CPU. My light punch whiffs. I perform a one-frame canceling connected into a combo. This is the first time that one of my combos successfully connected with Takasabe. If only I could have KO'd them then there. But alas, it's not enough. Takasabe still has life left. One more clean hit will do them in. Which means their life gauge is glowing red. Damn it. That's all they have left. The air loses its viscosity. I gasp loudly, seeking to fill my lungs. The pain doesn't immediately leave me. My body feels lifeless. I can barely move a single finger. And I'm only just managing to stay upright. Actually, I'm about to fall over. Hold me up. I squeeze out my words. But my voice is so quiet that it feels like it might vanish at any moment. Nonetheless, I've managed to communicate my will. Frau immediately embraces me from behind. And just like that, I'm able to maintain my posture. However, the impact of slow-mo coming to an end caused me to look away from the screen for a split second. It was a fatal mistake. My Gunvarel and Takasabe Sniger. Takasabe executes a backstep, putting distance between the two machines. He's out of Gunvarel's range. This is Sniger's ult range. At this rate, I'm going to lose. And if I let this chance go, there is no next time. Kona! It was as though our hearts were connected. The second I yell, Frau's hands are already on the shock therapy controller. And without any hesitation, she presses the button. I've never triggered attacks consecutively before. So this is a gamble. I'm pretty done with this whole self-harm thing, to be perfectly honest. So just listen to me for once, you goddamn brain dead body. I'm in. Another 30 seconds of slow motion. So a 1 minute total of slow-mo, with what is quite literally a breather in between. I have no idea what's going to happen to me. Can my body handle this? Am I gonna die from asphyxiation? Or am I just going to faint? In any case, we're crossing into the unknown. But none of that matters right now. My body is finally listening to me. Time to master this awful ailment once and for all. Takasab's ult has already been activated. A one-frame sniper attack at point-blank range. Sniper fires a needle-like bullet at me. I evade the first shot with fast reactions. At that point, the second shot has already been fired. And I can see it. Normally I wouldn't be able to see the trajectory of the bullet. But now I can, clear as day. I can slip through the bullet by abusing an invincibility frame. It'd be their one frame versus mine. One mistake and it's all over. I dodge all 14 shots and close the distance between us. My light punch just barely grazes them. Takasab couldn't block it. And with that, the match is settled. As long as the light punch connects, I have about 6 different combo routes at my disposal. No matter which one I pick, it'll be a KO. Even just a regular heavy attack would be enough. So what do I go with? Obviously the hardest and flashiest combo. Gotta flex on this bastard. In this gentle, lonely, and slow passage of time, it takes a little effort to input the commands, and punch in all the resentment that had piled up after hundreds of losses. Fuck. I was prepared for that quick time event. I knew it was coming. Had my hands on the vase for so long. Now my hand is free. Once I input the combo, ensuring my victory, my consciousness flows back into the present. The lock should be gone now. Frau should be able to handle the rest. So how about I take a little rest? After all that torture, I managed to trigger 2 consecutive attacks. I'm dead tired. I can't go any further. I don't even have the energy left to open my eyes. Senpai, you're insane. Thank you. Epic win. Is it just me, or did something soft touch my lips? Aw. My consciousness sinks into the white void before I can get an answer. I ride along the familiar interstate road on my scooter. Thanks to the nice weather, the wind isn't so chilly today. Nakiho's riding in front of me, the hem of her skirt waving in the wind. As always, I wonder how she manages to prevent that thing from flying all over the place. I feel heavy. Even driving my scooter sucks. I haven't recovered yet. It's been about a week since I stayed at Frau's place for 2 nights, going to go away at KB without sleeping. I haven't been to school since then. I had to skip when I was over at her place, so it's been 8 days since I last showed up. As expected, 2 consecutive slow-mo attacks in a row were just too much. I've never done anything like that before. For 2 days after, I couldn't even stand up on my own. It was a mess. On top of that, because I couldn't play KB properly for a few days, my ranking dropped all the way to 4th place. Oof. Granted, it didn't take me long to climb back up to 2nd, but still. After everything went down. Frau told me how the incident wrapped up. After I broke through the lock, Frau went in and commanded all the robots to cease all functionality. And just like that, the Reach series was stopped before they could attack the government building proper. At nearly the same time, power was destroyed all throughout Tokyo. The chaos from the incident still persists, especially on the economic side, but people are returning to their daily lives. After I passed out, the policeman who visited called an ambulance and had taken me to the hospital. Wow, policemen that are at least somewhat competent? Unrealistic. That's the biggest fictional part of this game thus far. As for Frau, well, the cops took her in and questioned her as a person of interest. She was swinging by the police station almost daily for a while, but at no point was she arrested. People are still pushing the Furugori family culprit theory online, blaming the two for the incident. Lots of people declare that they were quitting the gun barrel fandom, and the user numbers for KB dropped hard. But whatever, they're free to say what they want. The real truth resides elsewhere. Frau did really well. But though we avoided the worst case scenario, it's now clear to me that the Kimijima reports aren't a conspiracy theory. They're a clear and present threat. The Committee of 300 and the Tavistock Institute are secretly pushing their plan to eradicate humanity forward. Another solar storm is slated to occur in the year 2020. I have a really bad feeling about this. What am I supposed to do? How do I fix this? Check Twippo for a surprise! And this is the first time I ever felt like I don't want to play KV. From Sister Centipede to Yashio-san, I found someone I want to introduce who seems perfect for your hobby. The person's name is Dash. He gets mad if you call him Super Haka, so please be careful. Why are you finding Daru, Sister Centipede? Is this how Daru gets relevant in the next game? Because of Sister Centipede? How? White bread. Grab the white bread, put it in your mouth, and wait at an intersection by the school gate. If you do that, the flag will go up and Frautown will win. Lol lol. Hehe. Lol lol. Duhuhu. Lol lol lol. I'll pick you up at your house. Been a while since we went to school. Let's go together. I still feel sick. I wanted to stay away until graduation. Of course, I mean, I am your guardian. I like that response, it's cute. Maybe I should stop selling parts for a bit and concentrate on the building aspect. I feel much better since I got the surgery. Let's go! The nightmare of the crash of 15 reappears. 6 days of blackout, long way until everything is fully back up. My company is still rattled from not being able to get the task straight. We have to buy new PCs for the whole company, so I contacted the maker, but they told me it'll take half a year to give it to us. Give me a break. The makers should cover the repair fee for PCs and Pokecoms in the first place. They knew that a solar storm was coming. Trying to take money in this situation is disrespectful to customers. Stock prices hit the floor and that's a lot of zeros. I'm not counting them. Too many zeros, yeah, that I invested disappeared in those few days. I'm gonna go hang myself. I live in the Kansai area, but since the solar storm from the Pokecom hasn't been working well, it wasn't news that the ISS went down. The service robot at my work stopped working, and it's kinda sad. It took years to get fully back up from the crash of 15, so it'll take some time this time too. This is what happens when you cheap out and not step up a full countermeasure for it. It's their fault, but us getting affected by it is annoying. I think there are less service robots in Tokyo now, so was the hacking of the robots to cause a terrorist attack fake news? The robot attack wasn't fake news, it really happened. Robot terrorist attack was prevented before it happened. Also, the suspected high school girl was completely innocent. Kurikanashi is currently radio silent. What? Kojiro Frau wasn't the culprit behind the terrorist attack? And why are you letting her off when there's no source that she's innocent? Plus there are rumors that her mother's a serial killer. There isn't proof that she is innocent, but there isn't proof that she isn't either. Our company announced that they were going to collect all the Reach series that are out. It was just on the news. My company's done for. A Japanese man was found dead in the Philippines with his face crushed. Man, I wonder who that is. I guess he did make it to the Philippines. Nothing from our delightful Takamine Shijo, I see. Hey, Kai. After parking her scooter, Hakuho walks over with a grin. You wanna come to the robot clinic with me after school? I have something to show you.
何？
What's up? We're getting close to reaching a solution for Gunbuild 2's drive system. Oh yeah. No. So did you decide to use the monopoles? You know what that means. Monopole. Shh. Don't say it out loud here. Hakuho looks around anxiously. After making sure nobody overheard us, she lets out a sigh of relief. Anyway, Doc totally found his groove. He's building us a whole bunch of prototypes right now. I wanted you to see them too. I doubt there'd be much point to me seeing them. You should still check them out. You're the one who found the first one after all. Now all that's left is to convince Frau to handle the programming. I suppose I could swing by the abandoned hotel today. She's probably locked in there like she always is. I passed through the front gate of the classroom, and just as I'm about to head for the classroom, did I read that? No, I read that. Yashio Senpai for the win, or FTW, whatever it means, I don't know anymore. A familiar voice stops me. Judging by that person's bizarre choice of words... Did you think I was some hot dude or something? Biz, too bad. It was me, Frau-chan. Frau dashes over after delivering her incomprehensible greeting. Frau Bo, but you never come to school. Hi there, Press Senpai. Actually, I wanted to ask you something. How come you're always next to Yashio Senpai in the girlfriend position like it's no big deal? Huh? Girlfriend position? Hey, Kona-chan, don't you think it's a little too early for this? Anyway, have you decided to attend classes like a normal student? Not quite. I'm here to participate in the Robotics Club's activities. I made my decision after what Yashio Senpai said to me. Yashio's face. She then wraps herself around my arm. I can read. Just being a little too touchy-feely for my taste. But just as I'm about to shake her off, I realize something. I decided to do whatever I can to make Gunvero shine again. Frau's small hands are trembling. She's been a shut-in for who knows how many years. I can't even imagine how scary it must be for her to suddenly come back to school. And yet, despite her fear, Frau's doing her best to move forward with her head held high. Frau's true life is finally about to begin. Right here on this island where her mom lived, even if it was only for a short period of time. I know it's pretty late to be saying this, but...
Kona-chan.
I'm not going to
種子
Tanegashino.
島へようこそ。
Kana-chan. No. That's cute. Yes, the sillies though. But this being a Frau ending makes sense. Cause like the only reason why I thought it could have been an Irie ending is just because of the Twippa choice of like, oh, I would have you be my girlfriend with Irie and the Twips. But also for like the next phase, a lot of the Twips that we need to respond to are also from Frau, if not all of them. Yeah, no. There's only 5 Twips for us to respond to for the next phase. 2 of them are for Irie, and the rest of them are Frau. So that's why I thought there was a chance they could have been flipped. But this is good. I guess next time will be Irie. If Irie is even a possible ending. I think she is, just based off of the CGs I've seen. Plus there aren't any other girls besides Akiho, and Akiho seems too important to be one of these little endings instead of like phase 9 or phase 12. But we are very close to ending the game, which is interesting, because there's just phase 8, phase 9, and phase 12, and that's it, that's the game. Interesting that Takumi is still chronically online in his 20s. Is anyone surprised? No, but I am surprised that he is here and relevant. Pretty funny that Spooky's like, oh, maybe this whole thing is gonna be connected back to Chaos Head, and then Takumi fucking appears on Twippo. And then also the thing about Airi tweeting about, it's like, oh hey, there's this guy. He doesn't like being called a Sipahaka. It's Dash. I wonder if it's gonna have like anything to do with the rest of this other than that mention until the next game. I also really wonder what's gonna happen in the next game, because I'm not really sure what else there would be to do. I guess we'll have to see what happens on the next few endings to see how that leaves off. I do like how all the endings have been like, oh yeah, this stuff happened, and then continuing on, this is what happens next. Like, the whole thing that happened in Daitoka's ending also happened in, like, chronologically too, which makes sense why the endings are also the phase numbers in consecutive order too, which makes sense. I do like that. I am really looking forward to seeing what else the game has to offer though, and I hope you guys are also looking forward to it. I'm not sure if phase 8 will actually be shorter than the other phases, but there are less twips to respond to comparatively to the other phases, which makes me think there's at least a small chance that it's shorter. We'll see. Kind of like last time, we'll get to about the 3-hour mark like we are right now for stream and see how I'm feeling and how like the game is feeling, if it's actually properly wrapping up or not. That type of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any thoughts you'd like to share? Because I like your guys' inputs. Quack and fucking deed. Is that your input? Yeah, I hope you all look forward to what else Robotics Notes has to offer for us. I know I'm pretty eager for it, especially since further connections with Chaos Head and Steins Gate are being made now. So it'll be interesting to see how that all gets wrapped up too in the next few endings. But yeah, until next time, I'll catch you all then. Bye bye, everyone!